Let's go to page 74 and number 14. Number 14, it says find the distance between the two parallel lines. So you have 12x plus 5y equal to 15, and you have 12x plus 5y equal to 12. Let's go and first make into a general form. So minus 15 minus 15. So you got 12x plus 5y minus 15 equal to 0. And do the same thing on this side, minus 12 minus 12. So you got 12x plus 5y minus 12 equal to 0. And that's going to find the distance between this line and the origin. So I'm going to use the origin technique. So D1 for the first equation, so this is first equation, this is second equation. So D1 is going to be equal to 12 parentheses plus 5 parentheses minus 15 parentheses over plus, and this would be 12 squared plus 5 squared. And since we're going to use the origin, this would be 0 and 0. Right? We're using the origin. So this is the distance between the origin and this. So D1 equal to, and again, this one, if you know your spatial triangle, it's going to be 5, 12, 13. So you don't have to waste time doing that. But in case you don't, that's what you need to do. And so all this would be, all zeros would be negative 15. Okay, do the same thing over here. So D2 equal to 12 plus 5 minus 12. And again, 5, 12, 13. This is going to be a 13. So plus 13 right away. But if you don't see that, you can just use your Pythagorean theorem. So D2 equal to, again, this is to the origin. So it's 0, 0. So you get negative 12, 13. Okay. And so the distance you're looking for from here to here, you have to subtract one from the other. It doesn't matter which one minus which. And you take the absolute value. So D, the overall distance is equal to absolute value of, again, one minus the other. So it doesn't matter which minus which. So if you use negative 15 over 13 minus negative 12 over 13, again, you subtract one from the other. So you're going to get D equal to absolute value of negative 3 over 13. So distance between the two lines would be 3 over 13. Okay. Again, the sign negative just tells you that the point is below the line. That's what the negative is. But when you're looking for distance, it's the absolute value. Okay, because you're just looking at the distance between them. Okay. Let's go to number 30. Number 30 is as one equation of the bisector of the acute angle and also equation of the bisector of obtuse angle formed by, you got these two lines. So you got x plus y equal to 2, and you got x plus 2y equal to 3. So first, let's go ahead and sketch these things out. So I'm going to call this 1 and call this 2. So this one, the x equal to 0, then y equal to 2. So I'm looking for intercept points. So that y equal to 0, x equal to 2. Okay, so you get 0, 2. So that this point over here, and you got 2, 0. So again, make sure you label everything, be as clear as possible. So this is your equation 1, and let's do the same thing over here. If that x equal to 0, then y equal to 3 over 2. If you let y equal to 0, x equal to 3. So you got 0, 3 over 2 is 1.5, so it's going to be right over here, and 3, 0. Right over here. So this one is kind of unclear, so I'm going to put it on this side so you know that that is the 1. And this is the 2. Okay, so first, you want to find a bisector of, you're looking for bisector of the acute angle. So that is this one here, the one in between. So let's go and do this one here. So that's the acute angle. And what you do is, it doesn't matter if you do it down here or up here, it does not matter. Okay? So if you do it up here, so that's your D1. So again, the distance to 1 is D1 and this is D2. Okay? Now if you notice that the point is below the 1, so this is going to be negative. This point is above this line, so this is positive. Okay. So on a test, make sure you show all these. You must have this on the test. Okay? So now let's go ahead and start to write our equation. So this is for acute. Again, make sure you specify this is for acute angle. For acute angle, since they're opposite, you're going to get D1 equal to negative D2. So you must have all this information. Okay, now let's go and start to put a substitute. So D1 is for equation 1. So you're going to get x plus y minus 2, right? You have to put in a general form, right? Over, and it's going to be positive, and it's going to be square root of 1 square plus 1 square. And you're going to have a negative, put negative out here. And this is for 2, so come over here. So you're going to get x plus 2y minus 3. So again, make sure you put this in the general form, right? Okay, so make sure you use a general form. Again, you got x plus y minus 2 equal to 0. So make sure you have the general form. Okay, make sure you have the general form like this. And again, it's going to be plus, so this will match that, and it will be square root of 1 square plus 2 square. So now let's go and simplify things a little bit. So you get x plus y minus 2 over square root of 5, square root of 2. Equal to negative, and you got x plus 2y minus 3, and this will be square root of 5. Next, I'm going to cross multiply. Okay, and when you cross multiply, you want to make a negative as part of this. Okay, so when you cross multiply, you get negative square root of 5x minus square root of 5y minus become plus 2 square root of 5 equal, and then you cross multiply this, you get square root of 2x plus 2 square root of 2y minus 3 square root of 2. Next thing is you got to move variable to one side and then the number to the other side. Now if you move this to this side, you're going to end up with negative, you got too many negatives. So you don't want to do that. So you want to kind of be smart on this. So you want to move this to this side instead. So plus square root of 5 plus square root of 5. Okay, then you plus square root of 5y plus square root of 5y. And you want to move the number to this side. So plus 3 square root of 2 plus 3 square root of 2. And now when you put these, right, you want to put in in the same form. So I'm going to put the square root of 5 first. So square root of 5 plus square root of 2 x. So it would be square root of 5 plus 2 square root of 2 y. So make sure you have the same format. Square root of 5 then square root of 2. Do not switch. And this one would be square root of 5 first. So it would be 2 square root of 5 plus 3 square root of 2. Okay. So right now it's okay, but this is kind of flip over. So I'm going to put in a better way. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to just flip it over. So I get square root of 5 plus square root of 2 x plus square root of 5 plus 2 square root of 2 y equal to 2 square root of 5 plus 3 square root of 2. Okay, so this is for acute. This is for acute angle bisector. Now next you have to find the bisector for the obtuse angle. So obtuse angle, so you can start all over, follow the same process. So in this case, if you put this point over here, so you're going to get, this is D1 because this is to the point 1, and this is D2. Now this is above the line, so this is positive. So this side is positive, and this side is also above, so positive. So in this case, you're going to get D1 equal to D2. Okay, versus over here, you get D1 equal to negative D2. Okay, but if you do it correctly, okay, now if you trust your result is correct, then you can do the shortcut, because obtuse would be just a conjugate of that. So it would be square root of 5 minus square root of 2 x plus square root of 5 minus 2 square root of 2 y equal to 2 square root of 5 minus 3 square root of 2. You take conjugate of that. But you have to be careful, because if you make a mistake for this one, if this is wrong, and then if there's a mistake on this one and you take a conjugate, you're going to have a mistake on this one too. So it's kind of up to you. So again, if you trust you do it correctly, then just take a conjugate. Okay. But if you want to be safe, okay, if you're not sure if you do it this right or not, just go and go through this and you get this. And if they're conjugate, then that's how you know that you did both correctly. So that's another way of doing it. Is just go and do this one all over again and see if you end up with a conjugate. If you end up with a conjugate, then you know that you did both of them correctly. Okay.